Hello everyone, this is Deepika Patel and welcome to the School Quiz class. Okay, so let's start our today's topic and that is the food chain and food web. So I hope you all revising all those previous topics which we had learned in our earlier classes. Okay, so keep revising those topics and let's start our today's topic that is the food chain and food web. Okay, so before proceeding further, just tell me what is the need of a living being? Need of the living being. Yes, that is food. Okay. So from food we get energy to do our work and to survive in the environment. Okay. And from food help us in various forms like it gives us energy, it gives us growth to our body. Okay. So all the organisms in the environment, all the organisms in the environment is dependent on food. Okay. To survive in the environment. Food to survive, okay, or for their survival. Okay, so basically let's take an example so to understand clearly. And i I hope you all remember all those terms which we had learned in our previous classes like the producers, consumers, and all those like herbivores, carnivores. Okay, primary consumers, tertiary consumers. Okay, so let's take an example here like this is a plant and this will be eaten by the deer. Okay, and this deer will be eaten by the this tiger. Okay, so you can see this is a there is a sequence is creating. Okay, or you can see there is a series of the organisms which are dependent on the food, like plant is the food for the deer and deer is the food for the tiger. So tiger gets their energy from the food and that is the deer, and deer gets their energy from the food and that is the plant. So you can see there is a series of the organisms is creating like which is dependent on the food from the other organisms. Okay, so what is the food chain? This is the food chain. Okay, this is the food chain in which means a food chain is the series or the sequence in which all the living organisms is dependent on the food from the other, and this will create a sequence of eating and being eaten by among all the organisms to produce a food energy, to produce a food energy and transfer their energy. Okay, so that is called the food chain. And in the food chain you can see that this particular food, that is the plant, is eaten by a specific organism and there is no other organism is like eaten. If it is eaten by this grasshopper, then the chain will be different. Then this chain, then this in this chain, the grasshopper will be eaten by the frog and then frog will be eaten by the snake. And then this snake is eaten by the big bird. Okay, you can say it is a eagle like. Okay, so or the hawk. Okay, okay, so if this food is eaten by this grasshopper, the chain will be different. Okay, and the sequence will be different. In this sequence there are five levels. Okay, and in this sequence there are three levels. Levels means this is first level, this is second level, and this is third level. This second and third level, they are the consumers, and this is the producers. Producer means which can prepare their food on their own. Okay, and in this there are primary, secondary, and tertiary consumers, and this is the top consumers. Okay, so and in this chain, that this is the plant and this plant is eaten by this scorpio. So in this chain, in this particular chain, if this is a food, so for this food this chain will be different. Okay, so you can see in the food chain, in the food chain, if there is a food, so For this food, there will be a specific chain, or you can say sequence, or you can say series of the organisms which are dependent on the foods. Okay, so and this chain and the sequence or the series will not be disturbed by any other organism. Okay, will not disturb. Okay, so we can understand what is food chain. Okay, now let's understand what is food web. So basically, food web is a group of food chain, group of, or you can say network, okay, of food chain. Food chain. Basically, food web, in the food web, what is happening? If there is a food, so for this particular food, there will be many other organisms. Okay, so this food will be eaten by like 5 or 4 organisms, and the chain or the series you can say, and or the network you can say, will be different for the other organisms. Means if it is eaten by this deer, so this deer, okay, so this deer will be eaten by the lion or the tiger. Okay, so this is the food for many other organisms like lion or the tiger. Okay, so it will not create a different chain, like this deer will be eaten only by the lion. Okay, but in the food web, this will be eaten by the lion or the tiger. Means for the food, there will be many organisms will be eaten or being eaten by many other organisms. Means there are many other organisms of the chain, many other organisms of the chain, Okay, so you can understand this. If this is a producer, if this food is a producer, so this will be eaten by the deer or the cow or the grasshopper, okay, or the rabbit. Okay, so this cow will be eaten by any other 3 organisms. This grass will be eaten by the snake or the frog. Means every food, every food in the food web, every food in the food web will have many organisms of many organisms to eat. Okay, okay, so you can understand clearly, like this is a plant. So you can see here, this plant is eaten by this small organisms, and then this small mouse, and also by the rabbit. Okay, then this rabbit is eaten by this small animal, and okay, and by also this animal. Okay, and then this snake is eaten by the, if then this snake is eaten by this big bird, which is the hawk or the eagle. Okay, and is also eaten by this peacock. Okay, so you can say there is a network of many organisms in the food web, and this is the basic difference between the food chain and the food web. In the food chain, there will be a sequence of the chain. Means there will be none disturbance uh, in the levels of the series or the sequence. Okay, but in the food web, what will happen? Every other organism will be eaten by many other organisms. Okay, so let's write the definition of the food chain and the food web. So this is a food chain and this is a food web. Okay, so food chain, what is the food chain? So This is a series of eating and being eaten among all other all the other organisms, okay, to produce food energy. So what is the energy flow in the food chain or the food web? We will see in our later class, okay, or the later slide. And we will also see the topic level. And next is food web. So this definition is very simple, like the network of the food chain. Of the food chain. Okay. So I hope this is clear. And what will happen in the food chain? In the food chain means there is no, sorry, there is, okay. So this food chain do not help in increasing populations. Populations, okay. And this food web helps, okay. So food web helps in increasing populations. How? Let's see. Population, okay. So in, just tell me, if there is a only, if there is this deer will be eaten by only this particular animal, so this deer will be vanished after some times, okay, because this tiger have a food of the deer. So after some time all the deers uh, vanished, okay, all the deers gone. But in the food chain, in the food web, for this deer, sorry, if we have a deer in the food web, so for the tiger there must be any other organisms, like we can say any other organisms, like a small animal, you can say, like this. So this will be eaten by the tiger also, and this deer, if there is a deer, so deer will be eaten, will also be eaten by the this tiger, okay. So he have the option, this tiger have the options in the food web, like he can eat also this organism, and he can also eat this organism. So there might be chance, then for some time he can choose this, okay, and does not choose this. So you can see here, this particular organism is remain here, and the population will increase of this organism if it is not chosen by once or thrice or tens times, okay. But in the food chain what will happen, there is a sequence of the particular organism, and the particular organism is eaten by the only that specific organism, okay. So that's why it is written here, like food chain is not helping in increasing populations, but the food web helps in increasing populations, okay. So I hope this is clear. And many other differences, like the mm, trophic levels and the energy flow, so we will see in our next class, okay. So we will see in our next class, like the trophic levels, bio biomagnification, yes, trophic levels, sorry, trophic levels, energy flow, biological magnification, we will see in our next class, okay. So this is all for today, and thank you for joining the class. Keep revising, keep learning, okay. Thank you.